Hello, everyone. This is Ladies Number One Detective Agency, Clearing the Paranormal. I am your host, Aimée Clark, and I'm here with my co-host, Janet Graham. Say hello.
Hello.
So it is, did I say the date yet? November 21st, 2024, and we're just sitting here having tea, talking about world events, and we decided that we just have to record this. So excuse the recording. Hopefully this is going to turn out well, and I'm going to pass my notes over here to Janet. So this is Tea with Janet and Aimée, talking about world events. Now, part of this discussion happened because I'm a member of the energetic synthesis foundational group, I guess. I don't know how you want to call it. Have membership with the energetic synthesis. Yeah, Lisa Renee. I don't know how else to say it. And she sent out an update to everybody saying that from October 23rd until December 21st, we are in dark winter. So we're at the very, very height of spiritual warfare. That it's affecting everyone. They are going to do everything they possibly can to create false flag events, make it seem like the world's going to end, because they want everyone in fear. So Jan and I were just talking because I said, okay, tap into spirit, Janet. What are you getting about what's going on here?
For the next 12 or 13 months, it's a lot of chaos, but out of the chaos comes a lot of good. We're going back to where people are important, not things. Our health care is going to be much, much better. There's going to be less doctors, less nurses. They're not going to be needed because we're going to have the med beds coming in and people will be taken care of, go in those med beds and be cured of whatever they have, which is going to be fantastic. They're getting rid of the chemical stuff because there's some chemical, I don't know if it's the vax or what it is, but I'm seeing a lot of chemicals mixed in and people being injected with them, and it's bringing about death very, very quickly.
Well, and then I was asking, and I said, okay, well, let's talk about what the elections, because Trump getting in is actually, as much as they want everyone to believe it's a bad thing, it's actually a really good thing. And what people don't understand is that Trump is a multi-dimensional being. And I'm not here to sway people to like him or not like him, but he is here with a very high mission to bring about change on the whole planet. And then Robert Kennedy, of course, is now in charge of healthcare. And I asked Janet how she saw what was going to happen with Robert and the changes that he wants to bring about in our health, in the healthcare system in the U.S., which are going to impact us here in Canada.
Yeah, and he is going to do fantastic. Robert Kennedy, my God, that man is going to save so many lives just by getting rid of all the food dyes, getting rid of the chemicals in the foods, and being a spokesman to help people to see the to go back to the natural way, to eat raw, to eat natural foods, to grow our own foods, to get away from the pesticides and get away from everything that's poisoning our bodies. And he is going to do fantastic on that.
Well, and you know, the Kennedys, again, if you do research into, you know, who they are, and I don't just mean like their family line or anything, but where they came from, they're a very high, again, dimensional um, lineage of beings that came here to help make changes. And the powers that were keeping us here on this prison planet, um, they did not want that to happen, so they had him assassinated, and hopefully Trump is going to bring out more information about that. But then uh, you said something about, I think we'll skip this part, but I just found out that Elon Musk had been appointed to the government, and I was surprised because I don't listen to news or anything. And the person that was talking about it was upset, saying that, the guy that knows everything about AI is now in power. We should be concerned. But the first thing I got was, no, he's actually there to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. So, and then I asked you about that, Janet.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like he's going to make sure that the AI is handled in a way that the AI cannot take over, because people talk about the AI eventually taking over. I'm not seeing that. I'm feeling like he's going to do something and make sure that it can't be taken over by them. And he's going to be breaking things down so that people have a better understanding of the AI and how its workings are and everything else. And I feel like he's going to make a difference with um, how the schools are run. And
Well, he's got like 12 kids or something, doesn't he?
I don't know, he's got a lot.
He got a lot.
He's got a lot, but he seems to be, his kids are his life. So,
Well, and the interesting thing is, and again, if you know our actual galactic history, we all came from the future to come back here to prevent the negative alien agenda, the AI takeover, because in the future, if this doesn't get stopped here now, it it in the future it does take over.
exactly.
It's hard for us to get our head around that, but that actually is a real thing. So I think, and again, these people, these characters are still human beings on this planet. They've all made mistakes. We don't really know that much about them, really, and this way that they're portrayed, is it really true, or is it just these media companies that are owned by major corporations that, these media companies don't have the truth anymore. They're not reporting, they're not doing journalistic work. They're just saying whatever they're told to say.
Exactly.
So
Because,
how do we know that these things, unless we were actively around Musk and Kennedy and Trump throughout their lives, how would we know any of that stuff was actually true?
exactly.
Anyway,
Exactly. You can't trust the media.
no.
The media lies, and everybody knows that. Because if you believe the media, then you're not okay. You're not seeing the truth of anything.
Yeah, and then for Trump, now as far as Trump goes, I again, because over the years, I saw him on The Apprentice and thought it was pretty cool, and there's a few things pretty goofy about him and stuff like that. And I remember being surprised at some of the things that people were saying about him, but I really didn't pay a whole lot of attention. So I one day, when we were in the middle of COVID, did two things. One is I found a speech that he gave about America just before he got was he elected around that time, or was he president then? Doesn't matter. But I actually cried at the end of it because I thought, oh my God, like I could feel the energy of him, and I thought, if we had a leader that loved our country as much as this man loves the United States and the people that live there, what a different place we'd be living in. And then during COVID, I also started watching this series. Someone had sent it to me called The Fall of the Cabal. And I was absolutely mind blown by what they revealed, and especially about Trump. And apparently, after he got elected the last time, he actually went around to every single country, met with every leader, and he had an envelope or letter or something or package that he gave them. And apparently, it was all that stuff they would be exposed to the world of all of their nefarious, underhanded, corrupted ways, including being heavily involved in all of the sex trafficking and satanic ritual abuse stuff. So, oh, I guess we should put a little disclaimer in here. Like some of the stuff we're talking about might really upset people.
Yeah.
So if this is not for you, then feel free to turn us off and carry on with your day.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you get around Trump and what he's going to be doing?
Well, I feel like he's clearing out all that negative agendas, and he's going to clear out a lot of um, criminals, especially in the hierarchy. And I feel like they're going down, and they're going down big time. And the people will rebel against them and say, "We're not taking your crap anymore." Okay. And I feel like he's bringing in a time of, I want to say, values, where people see and understand that their family is the most important thing. Having, being decent and kind and understanding of one another, of trying to help one another. And I feel like he's going to bring in places like revamp old buildings, so these buildings can be perfect places for the homeless. I feel like he's going to almost get rid of a lot of the homelessness and help people to be able to have health care, to have a good health care program that's available to all, not just those with money. And I also feel like he's got a way of cleaning up. It's like he's sweeping clean everything to try and bring in more positive, more good. And like he's not, I don't feel like he's a bad guy. I feel like he's someone that's going to make big changes, that he's not perfect. He has made a lot of mistakes in his life, but he is trying to turn things around to help his country. That to him, America is the greatest country. And I feel like he's trying to do that, and he'll set such a good example that other countries too will probably fall in place with that and try
Well,
to
and I
bring about a
mean,
better agenda.
and look at the homelessness. I mean, in North Bay, we might have had the odd eccentric person who, was homeless. The amount of homeless people we have now is it's a crime. It's an absolute crime that they have allowed this to happen, not only in our city, but cities all across the world.
Yeah.
And it happened, especially I can speak to about North Bay because I have firsthand knowledge from, a family member that worked with these people. And the mayor made a deal and they went around and scooped up all the homeless people
Yep.
in other jurisdictions and dumped them off in North Bay and with a one-way ticket saying you can have services here, let them walk through downtown where all the drug dealers were.
Yep.
And now these people are, and our mental health system is just atrocious. It is not helping anybody. It's a broken system. And then we have a leader of our country who said, okay, we're going to decriminalize all the drugs and we're going to let you have, like, there are more cannabis stores in this city than I think there are.
Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep everyone high, dumb, and stupid. Like,
Yep.
Anyway, sorry, went off on a tangent there, but it's like, and it makes me sad. I see these people who their whole everything's been taken away from them, and we had such an increase after COVID hit because people either got mentally ill, they lost their jobs, they weren't able to work, and then they jabbed everybody with all that foreign soup of nastiness, and now we've got more numbers than ever before, people of all ages dying. So when are we going to get full disclosure around this whole COVID pandemic thing? We've had
a few times it's been on social media about the pandemic, but I feel like there's a lot of full disclosure coming out starting in January, like near middle to end of January 2025.
Yeah, and I was getting 2025, but you were faster on the draw with the month than me when we did a little. Okay, what do you get? Okay, I haven't even finished asking my question yet, and it's already. You're way faster than me.
I cannot help it. I cannot help it. You know how they just come in and come straight out of my mouth. But it's, to me, it's like everything's going to start to be cleaned up and cleared up. There's the values coming back. Like, it kind of reminds me of the 50s, where it's going to be cleaner, safer, and you don't have to worry so much. And there's jobs for everybody who wants a job, and that the elderly will be taken care of, that the people who have mental health problems, they'll be taken care of. Everybody will be taken care of.
Well, and there's so many people speak about this. I mean, the government, especially the three-letter agencies and operating out of the US and across the world, they have advanced technology that could easily make our lives so much easier and stop all the use of petroleum and oil, and it would just totally change. Like they've repressed so much of it, and that they act like they will, by the time they dribble it out to us, it's already, they've already been using it for decades.
Yeah.
And they make it seem like it's brand new, but they've just reversed engineered all of the off-world being technology.
Well, all of that is going to be gotten rid of, because we're going back to cleaner, safer environments. The chemicals are going to go. The situation with a lot of these politicians, okay, are going to go. There's going to be a way of, like, a board of people that handle things in each city that is not headed by one person. It's like headed by, like, the whole committee. They all have to agree on things.
Well, and it's
like beautifying everything, because once you take the chemicals out, everything starts to go on its own, and it's just awesome.
Yeah. Well, and I guess one of the things we want to leave things on there's going to be a lot of false flag events. They're going to try to create as much fear as they possibly can, and they're going to try to divide people. Those that continue to follow, like why would you believe anything the government says anyway?
Exactly.
Follow that route, and those that are trying to be on the ascension path, be spiritually aligned with God, spirit, universe, whatever you want to call it. And the people that are living in fear, like, what people don't understand is they have purposely set up our planet for these timeline trigger events to purposely create these negative emotions in us, because they feed off of it. They feed off of that low energy. So if we are no longer giving that to them, they don't like that because they can't survive on it. But that just opens up a whole bigger topic. I think really what we want to say right now is talk about too what people might be going through, because you've been getting calls, day and night, just like constantly, because people are in crisis. They are, things are happening to them. Some people are experiencing things and freaking out. They don't realize that what they're seeing or experiencing are past lives coming through. Relationships are breaking down of all kinds. People are, the argy-bargy argument, there's conflict. Some of that is their own inner wounds coming up. So rather than looking at it from the observer perspective and going, okay, something just got triggered in me. Is this mine? If it's not mine, I don't accept it. If it is mine, then, whoa, I didn't know that was there. I need to do whatever I can to heal this, because we have to offload all of this baggage and inner wounds, and whether it be ancestral, family of origin, if it's down at the cellular level, it's time to purge all that, because we can't and don't want to take any of that with us. Why would we?
Exactly. Because you want to go into this new age feeling clean and clear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that's my opinion, and that comes from spirit, from me.
Mm-hmm.
So, believe what you want, but sometimes these things just annoy me and I have to talk about it.
Well, and I think that, so people are going to say, well, what do we do then? What are the tools? Well,
Stay calm.
you got to stay calm. And, if there was ever a time to build your own inner fortress, now is the time. It's about you being in your strength, you being in your power, you making sure that everything has been dealt with and healed. Because if you're not, then when these things hit you, you're not going to be strong enough to be, and because it's all a mental game too, right? It's all psychological warfare.
It is.
So if you can't discern the truth, then you're just going to get sucked away
and caught up in all the bullshit.
Caught up in all the stuff and be taken down the wrong path. Whereas if you can stand true and strong and test out the truth, is it really true? Does this make sense? And then there's lots of other tools that people can use. They can use a 12D shield, whatever shielding they want to use. If they have any spiritual practices that they use, then or energy healing work, whether it's Reiki, whatever, like, use your tools. And it's it's all about, I lost my train of thought there, but what I was saying, because now I'm thinking of something else. But
stay calm.
But just stay calm. And when things start happening around you, then, it's what's true and what's not true.
Yeah, don't fall for the agenda. It's a false agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And you don't need gurus or people to follow.
No.
What you need to do is build your own. Understand you were here. You chose to be here. Chose to be here for this monumental time on this planet, to be part of bringing us out of these dark ages and cycles that the planet has been through for millions of years, and bring it into break away from this agenda prison planet, to be and exist. Because what happens on Earth affects all the other beings and all the other universes, because everybody's going through ascension, and we're really important here.
Exactly.
All of us, every single one of us.
Trust yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Trust your gut. What does your gut tell you? Listen to you. That's the best advice that I can give you. Trust yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And don't believe everything you hear or see.
And align yourself with God. And I don't mean the religious one. I mean the Creator. I mean whatever you want to call it, because God will not let you down. Absolutely. God will not fail us. And if we keep aligned with those values, because you're talking about values and principles.
Yeah.
Well, simple as the golden rule: do unto others as you'd have them, and live in truth.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
You tell even a white lie, you're going to get the backlash of that so fast.
Oh, God, yeah.
And so no lies, even
no bullshit,
no BS, no negative talk. Go forward and live in truth. It's all about truth. And you may think that the truth that be ready, because that truth you think might change. And it is going to change, actually. It's going to
change big time.
I think even for us that have been trying to research it and understand what has happened and where we're going, there's probably going to be revelations that will shock us too.
Mm-hmm. There will be, honey. Lots of shocking revelations coming up. So, yeah, stand in your power, people.
Yes, and then between now and yeah, this is the dark winter that we're going through.
Yeah.
And just understand that this time there will be no cataclysm. The earth isn't going to blow up. Oh, I was watching a show the other night, and here's something I didn't know. Some whistleblower from one of the who worked in the military on these secret programs was saying that they have evidence of these beings have actually come into these Air Force, these bases where they were trying to launch nuclear weapons,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually made them the equipment malfunction
Oh, good.
because they said no more nuclear wars, like et cetera, et cetera. So
Good.
I feel like there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was when we were talking earlier. But I think it's just about the preparedness of everyone just, you know,
Yeah.
doing that healing. It's so, so important.
Heal yourself. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Stay in that little bubble of protecting yourself and not going out to harm anybody or hurt anybody, and be honest with yourself and with others, and be kind.
Yes.
Be kind.
Kind, compassion.
Don't fall for fighting and arguing and everything else like that. It's just not worth it.
And people might be being attacked too. There's a lot of psychic attack going on right now.
Oh, God, yeah.
And people experience it in different ways. They could be getting nightmares. They could all of a sudden have all this chaos and stuff happening to them. Although, having said that, sometimes that chaos is we're moving, aligning ourselves into a more positive, trying to heal and clear things out. Well, as we do that, there could be chaos all around us, but there has to be chaos in order for change to come through.
Absolutely.
All those old things that no longer serve us. So again, you have to be discerning. Am I being attacked, or have I asked for change? Am I moving in a new direction? And now all the things around me that are false and don't support me, they're all letting go. And that goes for relationships and people too.
Exactly.
Why do you want to fight for something that's not good for you?
Exactly.
And you know what? Move forward, let go. And that's what I was going to say. Yes. So astrologically too, all of the planet alignments, because we just after 20 some years since 2008, Pluto just moved out of Capricorn and is now in Aquarius. So all of those lessons and all the hard stuff that we had to go through since 2008, that's all being lifted and shifted. So all of this is supporting exactly all the things that are happening to us on the planet right now.
Very cool, isn't it?
Yep. So people need to find out where their Pluto is in their charts and find out more information. Anyways, that's enough for now. Thank you for listening, and we'll have to do like a end of year address. We'll see what happens close to, well, actually, this is the first week of the Pluto being in Aquarius. So the next couple of weeks are going to be pretty interesting, I think.
They are. Hang on to your panties.
Yep. What was my favorite saying? Strap your boots on. We're in for a wild ride. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you, Aimée.
Bye.
Bye.